friend, this is King Shuknath. I am a sound designer, editor, and colorist. I am the owner of King Studio, a complete media production house which is based on Calcutta, India. Today, I am in my home studio and I am going to show you how to color grade a S-Log footage and give it to a Rec 709 look using the proper way. There are mainly two ways. One is normal color balance, adjusting lift, gamma, gain, shadow, highlight. This method. Another is RCM, Resolve Color Management setup. So let's get started. This tutorial is not for absolute beginners. You have to know some basic of color grading. I have just created some serial node hitting Alt plus S from my keyboard. Also adding some labels or rename it via a keyboard customization Alt plus N. So my first node is for noise reduction, second node will be for exposure, third node will be another exposure correction, fourth node will be saturation. In the fourth node, I want to control or tame the color of black areas which is around the cat face. Then I will adjust the global saturation. This is a S-Log footage from Sony camera. I am adjusting my contrast here, also watching the scope and adjusting and fine-tuning it with the pivot setting. Also the help of lift, gamma and gain control with the curve adjustment. Histogram of my curves is set to output mode. Now I am in my exposure B node and adjusting the temperature value and tint value with the help of RGB parade. I am adjusting it manually instead of using white balancing tool. Also I am going to adjust the face exposure value using curves. Exposure adjustment is complete. So this is before after, okay. In this node I want to control the saturation of black area, so I zoom in. This is the 8-bit footage, so if I increase the color value and the color boost, so you can see there is lots of color noise here and we have to control this. I am in the qualifier tab now and just selecting the area which I want to control or tame the value. Using the highlight features, you can see those areas picked up in the selection mode. Obviously this is a rough selection, so we need to smooth the selection using the denoise setting, clean black, clean white, also the blurring the radius little bit, adjusting the luminance value for better keying. After turning off the highlight mode, reducing the color value to -30, around -30, and reducing the saturation just a little bit. This is too much black, so I am adjusting my keying, also reducing the color boost to around -15. Going to our next node which is dedicated for saturation. Here I am pushing my saturation to 100, but it need more saturation. In the next node again increasing it to 100. Then pulling it back just a little bit. Now I am looking for adjusting the saturation using more control way, using the color boost and the saturation slider in both nodes. Renaming those nodes level to saturation 1 and saturation 2 for better understanding. If you hit the P letter from the keyboard, you can see it in full screen mode. The footage is looking better compared to its original state. Now finding the hero frame and adjusting the brightness using the curve control. Now I want to change the subject body color with the help of hue versus hue curve. Selecting the targeting range and now adjusting the hue according to my taste. I want to shift the color from yellow to little bit of reddish area, and using P from my keyboard I am seeing it at full screen. So before, after. In this footage I am seeing lots of noise and grain. So increasing it to around 500%, you can see that there is lots of grain. So we need to reduce that. In spatial noise reduction tab, I just set the chroma noise reduction value around 10 because there is more chrominance noise or color noise compared to luminance noise. Just reducing extra white from cat face using the curve adjustment. Now it's looking better than before. As you just saw, the playback is very smooth because I am using AMD RX 580 and this is a great budget GPU for DaVinci Resolve. In this node, I just increased the color intensity of the blue container. After renaming this node grade, I am in the global adjustment node, and here I just add a circular power window for adding some vignette. I am increasing the size and increasing the softness just a little bit, and using the curve I am pulling down just a little bit for increasing the black or reducing the brightness, then inverting the mask so you can see the effect. Okay, let's compare this with before and after state. As you can see, the left side this is original state and right side is after color grading, and this is playing very smoothly, no drop frame, because I have enabled the smart render cache option which you can find under the playback menu. Now I want to see the noise reduction, so zooming it to around 170%. I am still seeing some color patches. If I increase the color boost to maximum level, you can see the color patches as well. Increasing the saturation for more visibility. Now I am going to reducing the color boost value and the saturation value to fix it. In the full screen mode, you can see that the problem is now fixed. I am in my render setting tab and preparing the file for final export. Using the custom settings here, just giving the file name, and also I am using the QuickTime format H.264 because I am going to upload it in YouTube, and here I am using the native encoder which is my CPU 4790K. The footage does not contain any audio, so I just uncheck that, and again just adding it to the render queue. Resolve exporting my clip as real time 25 fps, so this will be very quickly. Now the exporting has been completed. So friend, if you like my video, hit the like button. If you want to ask something, then put in the comment below. I will definitely try to answer your question. Okay, bye bye.